SID Peter Houlihan. I'm here always with Coach Jody Smith, head coach here at women's soccer program here at ASU. And Lady Hornets with an impressive weekend, coming up with 2 victories, both in conference play. Friday, a 3-1 win against Mississippi Valley State, a team that had been playing pretty well. And then they followed up with a 9-2 convincing win against Alcorn on Sunday. So, Coach, look at Friday's game against Mississippi Valley State, and this was one where we jumped on them right from the get-go. Opening minute, Twins hooking up, and we're up 1-0 right from the start.
Right. Well, we talked about earlier. We know we felt like we were going to really be in for a fight with Valley last year. They kind of took it to us at their place, so we knew kind of what to expect. And we talked about really trying to establish a tone early and put pressure on them early, and we were successful doing that. And of course, Ellie and Ariella hooking up for an early 1-goal lead, which was really nice to have.
Second goal came from Larissa White, a big one in the 28th minute. And you were talking about her last week, coming along, starting to make her presence known.
Right.
What does she mean to the team if she can start to be a scorer for us?
Well, then that's a deeper lying player. So we have our front line that obviously is going to draw a lot of attention, especially Ellie and Ariella, and certainly now Lexi coming into the fold. Ema and Larissa, you know, if our forwards get in, there's an option coming in from behind. So they can't just key on our front line. They've got to account for our midfielders coming through as well. And she really tucked it away, a really nice far post goal.
It was 2-0 at that point. We went to halftime with that lead, and this is something that you talked about, playing full 90 minutes. We didn't quite get a full 90 because Valley came back and scored in the opening minute, just like we had done in the first half. So it was 2-1 right out of the get-go. I know that you were fuming a little bit about that, and we had to kind of rally the troops and get them more focused on the game, and they did do that though, right?
Yeah, I was a little frustrated. We come out of the second half. We've got a nice 2-goal cushion. Again, the most dangerous lead in soccer. And we take the kickoff, and we take the play for granted. They make about 2 passes, find someone running through, and there's the goal. And you know, definitely frustrating. It's, you know, championship teams cannot afford to have mental lapses like that. It's something we've talked about. But it certainly got our attention, you know, so because now it's 2-1, they're playing hard, it's a 1-goal game, anything can happen, and so we have to pick up our play as well.
Yeah, for you being a coach, how do you kind of rectify that problem of them, you know, getting too comfortable with the lead and allowing a team back to it? Is there a drill? Is there a pep speech? Is there something that you can do on your end to kind of get them over that hump?
Well, we as a coaching staff, and it's something we definitely addressed with them, but that's something we can talk about until it happens. And then it's your team leadership's got to take over. Not only the energy on the field, but the players that aren't in the game at that point.
Right.
And that's something we focus on. And over the last couple of years, I would say our bench is really involved in the game. They bring a lot of energy, and it definitely keeps the players in tune with what's going on.
One of those players is senior Allie Murphy, who really, she likes to get into it, takes on kind of that captainship type of role. Do you kind of welcome that to her to get involved like that?
Well, she's one of our on our leadership council, so she's a passionate player. If she's not in the game, she's definitely into the game, and you can hear her voice from the sideline, encouraging, talking, rallying, drawing attention to, making sure that everyone on the field knows what their role is during the game, and that's definitely something that is important for the field players to understand, that the bench is into the game as well. They know what's going on. So if their number gets called, they're ready to go.
Yeah, she almost acts like a secondary coach there for
no doubt.
Player to help you out. She's been here all 4 years.
Right.
Important part, even if she's in the game or outside, she's there to kind of offer her support.
Right. And when she gets her number called and she goes in the game, she's into the flow right away.
Yeah.
You know, never a problem with Allie bringing the energy on and off the field. It's there every game, every training session.
Yeah. And then after it was 2-1, we did come back and get that 3rd goal to create that separation late in the game. Leah off the deflection there, the game off the goalkeeper's hands.
Right.
And she was right there, right place, right time, alertly reacted, and we go away with a 3-1 win. Right,
it was created through midfield. Ariella actually had the shot, a great far post shot. The keeper had to parry it wide a little bit. And we talked about following everything in. Just don't be content if someone takes a shot to stand from the outside, not follow things in. And Aaliyah followed the path in, the ball rolled right to her. There's a nice little tap in, 2-goal lead, nice cushion.
Yeah, very important there that we were able to take advantage and get a little bit of that comfort and pick up a real quality win against a good Mississippi Valley State team.
Very good, very athletic. we knew we were going to be out, and they played for 90 minutes as well.
Lottie Osaka is a fast player. We had to
Dynamic, yes.
We had to counter that speed because she's able to get by and cause some problems. We did very well with facing her, though, right?
Well, I think we did a good job of limiting her opportunities. I mean, she's definitely a fast, skillful player. She loves to run at players, and I thought we were very good at really containing her.
Yeah. All right. So then it was on to Sunday. Another game with Alcorn State. They came in here to Montgomery. We came in with a 9-2 victory. In this one, 6 different players scored for us. Everyone kind of chipping in, and the big day though, probably went to Lexi Krieger, who had her first career hat trick. What do you say about her?
Well, again, we talked about, we've got to find other options and people to take the load off, and she has really, probably in the last, I would say 4 to 5 games, kind of really started asserting herself. She's got a great shot. We want her to take it more. She needs to look for her shot a little bit more. And again, provide that third option up front, and she's starting to do that. And so it was nice to see that she was able to start finishing. She creates opportunities for herself. We just need to see her have the confidence to shoot, and she's starting to find that.
Interesting note, she came off the bench and she only played 38 minutes, but then you look at the production.
Right.
4 shots, 3 goals, super efficient, just what you need, that spark off the bench where she's kind of come in and carved out that role for you.
Exactly. Well, one thing we like to have is competition for starting roles, and her and Emily Fleming have been battling all year. Emily kind of eked her out in training the last couple of games. So what's nice to see is that, again, we talk about bringing energy, being aware on the bench. She steps right in and boom, right away, she's into the flow. And so we like the competition. I think it's bringing out a lot in her and maybe creating a sense of urgency since she's on the field. And for us, hopefully that results in more goals from her.
Yeah, so maybe that's a role that Lexi is really kind of just putting her arm around and embracing it. And Emily Fleming moved into the starting role, and she made a big impact. She scores right away. I think it was the 9th minute, and had 2 goals on the day. So a big game for her as well.
Exactly, and again, that's 5 goals from one position. And so as a coach, you've got to be really pleased. Number one, our players are finding them, giving them opportunities, and then they're making the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, everyone kind of getting the act. Of course, the Lewis twins were at it again. They get in there. A big game from both Ariella and Aaliyah Lewis, and also Morgan Elder, who usually plays a defender role. She even had a goal in this game.
Right. Well, she came from a defensive midfielder role. Again, ball played out. She was in the right spot. Really took a good composed shot and finished her chance. And again, sharing the ball, everyone getting an opportunity. That's what you like to see.
Yeah. Offense is working on all cylinders right now. I went and checked the stats with NCAA Division I women's soccer, and lo and behold, ASU is the #1 team in goals scored this year with 49. It's unbelievable to think that they've scored that many, but that's the accurate number. 49 goals leads the country. There's 328 women's soccer Division I programs. So for them to be at the top, what does that mean for you and the team?
Well, that just signifies that our coaching staff, we're identifying, and I think the training sessions are good. The girls are buying in, they're understanding their roles, and we're in tune tactically, and the players are starting to share the ball amongst each other, because it's just not one player doing the scoring. It's really shared around a good deal. And again, lost in the mix on Sunday's game was not only has Ariella been scoring goals, she had 3 assists in the game on Sunday.
Yes.
So not only is she finding goals, she finding other players. And when you're doing those things, the goals do come.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult when we're coming up with the SWAC tournament to really key in on any one player. Aside even from the twins now, you have really up to 6 players who can put in multiple goals at any time now. We're talking about Larissa White and Emily Fleming and Lexi Krieger and Eva Martinez, and that's in addition to Ariella and Aaliyah, which what they've done. So this is really going to be a tough problem for other teams when they're facing us to really try to key in on one player.
That's what we're hoping. When you put your team together and you're doing your recruiting, you're trying to find the pieces of the puzzle to all fit in well, and we're starting to find that. And lost in the mix is from last year to this year, we've probably cut down our goals against in half of what we conceded last year. And so our back line is starting to kind of find a rhythm as well. So and that's a real good credit to Sierra Joseph, my assistant, because that's really her role as a center back, organizing the defense and getting them on the same page. And she's done a great job with them.
Yeah, that's something ASU will have to really tighten up is their defense. If they're going to make a championship run, they've got to find out that winning combination in the back line and helping out Gianna Gio for saving all those opportunities coming at him. Right? So,
Right. Well, defense wins championships.
yeah.
And though team can't score, they can't win. And the longer we don't give up a goal, the more chances we have to take leads.
Yeah.
And I think if we continue on our pace and start playing with ourselves and doing the things that we've been doing the last few weeks, I think we're poised to have a nice run, if not an opportunity to be there in the end in the final on Sunday.
All right, last game of the season. It's a home match against Alabama A&M. It'll be senior day. We have 3 seniors we'll honor before the game. It's a 6 o'clock kick. We'll probably get in that pregame presentation probably about 30 minutes or so before the game starts. But A&M coming in for the final game, and we have a chance to lock up the 3 seed with a win or a Pine Bluff loss. So either one of those scenarios, and we'll have the 3 seed going into next week when we go to Prairie View. So how do you see that one shaking out?
Well, I think the 3 seed is important for us. Keeps us on that side of the bracket. Friday, the Magic City Soccer Classic. We always have good battles with them. On Thursday, yes, Thursday, 1 day earlier than normal. I think it's gonna be battle. They've got a talented midfield and attacking trio up front. We're gonna have to be at our best defensively to give ourselves a chance in the end. What's really nice is you recognize your seniors with 3 this year, and it's amazing how fast it goes.
Yeah. Already at the end of the year.
Right. I remember not only the season, but their careers. 'Cause I remember when they came in as freshmen.
Right.
Not too long ago. So we want to send the seniors out on the right note, and that's something that we've talked about as a team. And I'm looking forward to a great game itself and a great game from our team.
Yeah. Leah Lewis is one of the seniors, along with Allie Murphy, who I mentioned earlier, one of those captains. And also Kayla Edwards, so 3 players who have been here for the long haul. They've been here for all 4 years, all 3 of them, right? So
Exactly. Leah obviously a great player for us up front, carrying the load. Kayla Edwards has been one that's played up front, I believe, for her sophomore year. I want to say she was either first or second in the league in assists, about 3rd in goals, after being a defender her freshman year. And now she's gone back into that defender role and starting to key our attack out of the back. Allie's played in multiple positions, so we're going to miss those players. And really and truthfully, about Allie, we're going to miss the energy that she brings.
Yes.
So each one definitely fulfills a role on the team that we need, and we want to send them out on the right note.
All right, so come out to the ASU Soccer Complex. It'll be a Thursday game, 6 p.m. kick, 5:30 for senior presentations, and this will be it before we head to Prairie View for the SWAC tournament beginning the following Thursday. So we'll be on the road next Tuesday, leaving late, and see what we can do once we start the SWAC tournament and get on the quest for another championship run here. So that'll do it from here. Go Hornets!